Get out! You don't belong in a Ferrari dealership. Ryan Keller's venomous snarl shatters Jalen Brooks' calm as he's ordered out of his own luxury showroom. A 40-year-old black CEO, dressed in humble jeans, Jalen faces raw prejudice, his $350,000 dream car for his daughter, mocked by sneering staff. The crowd's whispers sting, but Jalen harbors a secret that'll flip their world. Like a storm ready to break, karma's closing in. Will justice roar? Stay locked in for the moment these bigots face their reckoning. Hit like if you felt judgelets, see truth triumph. In the radiant heart of Beverly Hills, where dreams gleam like polished chrome, a man steps from a modest Toyota Camry. Jalen Brooks, a 40-year-old titan of technology, stands before the shimmering lot of Prestige Ferrari. His attire faded jeans, a navy polo, sneakers worn by time veils his stature as a billionaire, the secret owner of this very dealership. Today, he is no CEO, but a father, his heart set on a singular quest: to gift his daughter Ava a Ferrari 488 Pista, a $350,000 masterpiece to honor her Yale MBA. This moment, a milestone of love, pulses with purpose. Jalen's morning unfolds with quiet grace. A ritual of resolve. He sips espresso, its warmth a whisper of clarity. From a local cafe, the scent mingling with memories of Ava's childhood. His phone glows with a message from his daughter, her voice bubbling through a text. "Dad, can't wait for graduation." Jalen smiles, his heart a hearth of pride. Ava, his guiding star, has dreamed of Ferraris since she was 10, sketching their curves in crayon. Now, her triumph deserves a symbol of splendor, a testament to her tenacity, forged in the shadow of her father's empire. Within the walls of Brooks Automotive, Jalen's vision thrives. His $2 billion enterprise, built from humble beginnings, champions opportunity. His latest passion, a $500,000 initiative to mentor young coders from underserved communities, echoes Ava's own drive. As he adjusts his polo, his phone rings. It's his confidant, Lila Harper, a community advocate whose wisdom cuts like a beacon through fog. "Jalen," she says, her tone steady, "your wealth won't ward off the world's bias. Tread carefully." Jalen nods, his voice calm. "I hear you, Lina, but today, I'm just a dad, chasing a dream for Ava." Lina's words linger, a faint ripple of caution. Jalen knows their truth. Despite his success, the world often sees his skin before his spirit. Yet, he presses forward, his resolve a river carving through stone. He slips his phone into his pocket, its weight a reminder of the empire he commands, unseen in his humble guise. The Ferrari, a scarlet dream, awaits in the showroom, its curves a promise of joy for Ava. Jalen envisions her behind the wheel, her laughter echoing through Beverly Hills, a city that sparkles like a Hollywood premiere. His driver, a kind man named Samuel, pulls into the dealership lot. "Big day, Mr. Brooks?" Samuel asks, his eyes crinkling with warmth. "The biggest?" Jalen replies, his voice rich with anticipation. He steps out, the sun casting his shadow across the asphalt, a silent herald of his intent. The glass doors of Prestige Ferrari gleam, a portal to his daughter's delight. Inside, marble floors reflect the glow of luxury, and soft classical music weaves through the air, a melody of exclusivity. Yet, a subtle chill greets Jalen, unnoticed in his fervor. Nia Jackson, a young receptionist, watches from her desk. Her heart, a quiet drum of empathy, senses the staff's unspoken judgments. At 24, she knows the dealership's hierarchy, where appearance often trumps merit. Jalen's quiet confidence stirs her, a contrast to the polished patrons sipping espresso. As he crosses the threshold, the showroom's pulse shifts, a prelude to a storm he cannot yet see. The dramatic clash foretold in that fleeting moment awaits, a test of his vision, his dignity, his love. This city, this morning, this father, they are the opening notes of a saga of courage and confrontation. Jalen Brooks, His heart alight with a father's devotion, stands poised to enter his own domain, unaware that prejudice lurks, ready to challenge his place in the world he built. Before diving into the story, please clearly state your city or country of residence in the comments section. Your feedback is the driving force for our development. Best wishes, from Asia. From the sunlit lot of Prestige Ferrari, Jalen Brooks crosses the threshold into a world of gleaming luxury, his heart alight with a father's dream. The showroom, a cathedral of opulence, beckons with its promise of a scarlet Ferrari 488 Pista for his daughter, Ava. Yet beneath the polished marble and soft classical notes, a shadow stirs a shadow of prejudice, poised to ignite a fire that will test Jalen's resolve. The air hums with exclusivity as Jalen approaches the Ferrari, its curves a symphony of elegance. His fingers hover, reverent, above the pristine paint, a smile tracing his lips. This is Ava's dream, a $350,000 masterpiece to crown her Yale triumph. A warm greeting breaks his reverie. "Welcome, sir," says Jamal Carter, a courteous salesman, his smile genuine. "Interested in the 488 Pista?" Jalen nods, his voice steady. "Yes, it's perfect for my daughter." But the warmth fades, eclipsed by a chill as Ryan Keller, the floor manager, strides forward, his eyes narrowing like a storm's edge. Ryan's gaze sweeps over Jalen's faded jeans and scuffed sneakers, a judgment swift and searing. "You're in the wrong place," he says, his voice sharp, slicing through the showroom's hum. The words, laced with disdain, draw curious glances from patrons sipping espresso. Jalen's heart quickens, but his composure holds, a fortress against the gathering gale. "I'd like to view the car," he replies, calm as a still lake. Ryan's smirk, a crescent of contempt, widens. "This isn't a used car lot for folks like you," he retorts, his tone loud, a spectacle for the crowd. The showroom shifts, a tide of whispers rising. A well-dressed couple near a Testarossa murmurs, "Why's he even here?" Their voices a soft venom. Connor Hayes, a salesman with a polished grin, joins Ryan, his words dripping with mockery. "Our clientele expects exclusivity, you know," he says, gesturing at Jalen's polo as if it were a crime. Nia Jackson, behind her reception desk, grips her clipboard, her heart a drum of outrage. She knows this script and spoken rules that mark some as unworthy, yet fear chains her voice, her job a fragile lifeline. Ryan's hostility escalates, a fire fed by prejudice. "Look around," he says, his voice booming. "Do you see anyone else dressed like they just left a garage?" Laughter ripples from staff, a cruel chorus, as customers nod, some pulling out phones, their lenses hungry for drama. Jalen's jaw tightens, the sting of discrimination a familiar foe. Yet his dignity stands unbowed. "I'd like to speak to someone else," he requests, his tone a beacon of restraint. Ryan's laugh, harsh as shattered glass, cuts through. "I run this show. You're wasting our time." The tension coils, a serpent ready to strike. A woman in designer heels whispers to her companion, her pearls gleaming with judgment. "This place has standards," she says, her voice a needle. Jalen's mind flashes to Lena's warning. The world's bias bows to no wealth. He feels every eye, a gauntlet of scorn, yet his resolve burns, a flame in the wind. "I'm here to buy a car," he says, his voice steady, a challenge to the storm. Ryan's eyes narrow, his threat a thunderclap. "Leave now or I'll call security." Across the showroom, Nia's hands tremble, her silence a weight she cannot bear. She wants to speak, to shatter the injustice, but Ryan's glare holds her fast. The crowd's amusement, a bitter whine, poisons the air. Jalen stands tall, his phone a silent ally in his pocket, as the showroom becomes a stage for a battle unspoken, a battle where prejudice and principle collide. Ryan's next move, a spark to the tinder, looms, and the clash foretold, in that fleeting moment, gathers force. The showroom, once a haven of dreams, now pulses with division, a prelude to a reckoning. Jalen Brooks, his heart a crucible of courage, braces for the firestorm, unaware that his quiet power is about to ignite a revolution. Feeling Jalen's heat? How's your health today? Stay strong. Drink your 2 liters of water daily, and share your thoughts below. The showroom of Prestige Ferrari, a glittering stage of luxury, has become a crucible of conflict. Jalen Brooks, his heart set on a Ferrari 488 Pista for his daughter Ava, stands firm against Ryan Keller's venomous prejudice. Ryan's threat to call security, a thunderclap of disdain, hangs heavy in the air as the crowd's mocking gazes sharpen. The dream of a father's gift now teeters on the edge of a public humiliation, and Jalen's dignity faces its sternest test. Ryan's voice, cold as a winter's blade, cuts through the showroom's hum. "You've had your chance. Security now," he barks, his smirk a cruel banner of victory. Jalen's pulse quickens, a drumbeat of resolve, but his face remains a mask of calm. The crowd stirs, their whispers a rising tide of scorn. A woman in designer heels clutches her pearls, murmuring, "Such a disgrace." A young man in a tailored suit films the scene, his grin a silent taunt. Jalen grips his phone, its weight a quiet anchor. As Tyson Reed, a security guard, approaches, his expression professional yet tinged with unease. "Sir, please come with me," Tyson says, his voice low, almost reluctant. The walk begins, a gauntlet through a sea of judgment. Jalen's steps, measured and proud, echo on the marble floor, each one a defiance against the storm. His faded jeans and scuffed sneakers, once a choice of humility, now mark him as an outsider in this palace of privilege. The showroom's opulence gleaming Ferraris, crystal chandeliers mocks his ordeal, a cruel contrast to his purpose. His mind flashes to Ava, her crayon sketches of Ferraris, her voice bright with dreams. The pain, a deep wound, stings, yet Jalen holds his head high, a king exiled from his own realm. Nia Jackson, at her reception desk, feels her heart fracture. "This isn't right," she whispers, her voice a fragile protest. Ryan whirls, his eyes blazing. "Want to join him outside, Nia? I can make that happen." The threat, a lash of power, silences her, her hands trembling on her clipboard. Other staff avert their gazes, complicit in their cowardice. As the crowd's amusement grows, a couple near a Portofino chuckles, their champagne flutes glinting like their disdain. Jalen's keychain, a simple Camry fob, jingles softly, a symbol of his unassuming heart, now a target of their scorn. The glass doors loom, a portal to disgrace. Jalen's chest tightens, the weight of every stare a stone upon his soul. Yet, his resolve, a flame in the gale, burns unyielded. As Tyson guides him out, Jalen's fingers move swiftly across his phone, texting his executive assistant, "Emergency board meeting, 90 minutes." The message, a silent arrow, carries the promise of retribution. Outside, the sun blinds him, the lot's asphalt a stark contrast to the showroom's sheen. Tyson pauses, his voice soft. "I'm just following orders, sir." Jalen nods, his gaze steady. "I understand. But remember this moment, Tyson." Quote. Jalen slides into his Camry. The engines hum, a quiet ally. As he drives away, the showroom's laughter fades, but Ryan's voice lingers, a bitter echo. "Folks like you." His heart aches, not for himself, but for the betrayal of his own empire, built to break such barriers. Inside, Ryan basks in his triumph, regaling Connor Hayes with his tale of order restored. The staff clap, oblivious to the tempest gathering. Nia, her eyes heavy with guilt, watches the Camry vanish, a sickening certainty growing. This man was no ordinary customer. The humiliation, a public wound, sears Jalen's spirit. Yet his courage stands unbowed. Ryan's victory, smug and fleeting, cloaks the showroom in a false calm. But Jalen's text, a spark in the shadows, has ignited a fire that will soon return, a force of justice poised to upend this fragile stage. The battle, though paused, pulses with potential, a prelude to a clash where truth will rise. The world beyond these doors holds Jalen's power, a secret ready to shatter the showroom's illusions. As he drives, his next move brews, the promise of a reckoning drawing ever closer, a storm that will reshape the very ground they tread. The Camry's engine fades into the distance, carrying Jalen Brooks away from the showroom's cruel stage. His humiliation, a wound seared by Ryan Keller's prejudice, burns deep. Yet his quiet text-a-call for an emergency board meeting holds the promise of a storm's return. The dealership, cloaked in Ryan's fleeting triumph, hums with unaware arrogance. But 90 minutes later, the air shifts, and Jalen prepares to unveil a truth that will shatter the illusions of Prestige Ferrari. A convoy of sleek black sedans rolls into the lot, their tinted windows reflecting the sun like mirrors of judgment. Jalen steps from the lead car, his $4,000 charcoal suit a mantle of authority, a stark contrast to the faded jeans of his earlier disgrace. Behind him, Evelyn Wong, chief legal officer, clutches a tablet brimming with termination papers. Leonard Brooks, board chair, surveys the scene with steely resolve. The glass doors part, and Jalen enters, his presence a thunderclap in the showroom's false calm. The classical music falters, as if sensing the seismic shift, and every eye turns to the man they once scorned. Ryan Keller, mid-laugh with Connor Hayes, freezes, his champagne flute trembling. "What's this?" Connor mutters, his polished grin fading. Jalen's voice, resonant as a tolling bell, fills the space. "I am Jalen Brooks, CEO of Brooks Automotive, owner of this dealership and 40 others across the nation." The words strike like lightning, splintering Ryan's smugness. Gasps ripple through the crowd, customers' faces paling as the truth dawns. The woman in pearls, who whispered disdain, grips her husband's arm, her arrogance crumbling. Nia Jackson at her desk feels tears prick her eyes, a tide of relief breaking free. Ryan stammers, his voice a thin thread. "Your dealership?" Jalen's gaze, unyielding, pins him. "You denied me service in my own house. Judged me by my skin, not my spirit." Evelyn steps forward, her tone crisp as autumn frost. "Mr. Keller, Mr. Hayes, your employment is terminated, effective immediately. Security will escort you out after you clear your desks." Tyson Reed, the guard who led Jalen's earlier walk, approaches, his face a mask of regret. Ryan's panic surges, a drowning man's flail. "This is a mistake. I was protecting our standards." Jalen's reply, soft yet searing, cuts deep. From a black man buying a $350,000 Ferrari for his daughter, your standards are poison. The showroom, a palace of privilege, trembles as if its foundations quake. Customers who jeered now shrink. One man in a suit muttering, "I'm sorry," his voice barely audible. Connor's champagne glass slips, shattering on the marble, a fitting echo of his shattered pride. Jalen turns to Nia, his expression softening, a dawn after the storm. "Miss Jackson, your courage, though quiet, spoke volumes. I offer you the role of general manager." Nia's breath catches, her voice a whisper. "Me? I was scared to act." Jalen's smile, warm as sunlight, reassures her. "Courage isn't the absence of fear, but the choice to stand. You'll lead with heart." The crowd stirs, whispers of awe replacing scorn. A Latino couple, once ignored, watches, their eyes bright with hope. Jalen addresses the room, his voice a beacon of resolve. "This dealership will change. No one customer or staff will face judgment for their appearance, their race, their dreams." He gestures to the 488 Pista, its scarlet gleam a symbol of Ava's triumph. "This car was for my daughter, but today, it's a call for justice." Evelyn nods, tapping her tablet. New policies will be drafted by dawn, ensuring dignity for all. Leonard's gaze, cold and assessing, promises accountability. Ryan and Connor, escorted by Tyson, shuffle out, their faces masks of disbelief. The showroom, reborn in this moment, pulses with a new energy, as if the air itself bows to Jalen's command. His vision, once mocked, now stands sovereign, a foundation for reform. The customers, some ashamed, others inspired, bear witness to a truth, unveiled a truth, that will echo beyond these walls. The storm of prejudice, once a tyrant, has met its match in Jalen's power. As he stands, a king restored, the promise of transformation takes root, a fire that will reshape not just a dealership, but hearts and minds in the clash to come. Jalen's fighting back. How about you? Eat on time today, stay healthy, and share your comeback stories. The showroom of Prestige Ferrari, once a stage of prejudice, now stands transformed by Jalen Brooks's unveiled power. His declaration as CEO, a thunderbolt of truth, has toppled Ryan Keller's arrogance and ignited a vision for change. As the fired manager and his ally shuffle out, Jalen's vow to reform echoes, a seed planted in pain, ready to bloom. 2 weeks later, the dealership awakens to a new dawn, where dignity reigns, and Jalen's dream for his daughter Ava finds its place amidst a broader quest for justice. The marble floors gleam as before, but the air breathes differently, cleansed of elitism's sting. Nia Jackson, now general manager, stands at the helm, her clipboard replaced by a tablet of new policies. Her voice, once silenced by fear, now carries authority, a beacon guiding staff to treat every customer, mechanic, or magnate with respect. Jalen's reforms, a $600,000 investment, pulse through the dealership. Mandatory diversity training, transparent service protocols, and a zero-tolerance stance on bias. Every person through these doors is valued, Nia declares to her team, her words a vow etched in resolve. The staff, some eager, others tentative, begin to embrace a culture reborn, a garden replanted after a storm. Jalen arrives, his navy suit a quiet nod to his restored dominion, to witness the change. He pauses by the Ferrari 488 Pista, its scarlet curves a promise kept for Ava. She joins him, her Yale MBA a badge of triumph, her eyes bright with pride. "Dad," she says, her voice soft as a summer breeze. "This car is stunning, but your fight for fairness, that's the real gift." Jalen's heart swells, a hearth warmed by her words. "Ava, this was always for you," he replies, his hand resting on the Ferrari. "But now, it's for everyone who's ever been judged." Their embrace, a silent symphony of love, anchors the moment. A father and daughter united by purpose. The showroom hums with new life. A Latino family once overlooked is greeted warmly by salesman Jamal Carter, who details a LaFerrari's features with genuine enthusiasm. "This is what we're about now," Jamal tells them, his smile reflecting the shift. The family, a father and son, nod, their trust a fragile but growing bud. Nia oversees, her leadership a steady hand, yet challenges linger. Some staff, wedded to old ways, have left, their desks now filled by those who share Jalen's vision. Others grapple with their biases, their progress uneven, a reminder that hearts mend slowly, like stones smoothed by a patient river. The viral video of Jalen's humiliation, now at 500,000 views, stirs a tempest beyond the dealership's walls. Social media buzzes with hashtags like Justice at Prestige, but also venom from detractors who call Jalen's stand a stunt. Nia fields calls from curious customers, some inspired, others skeptical. "Is it true?" asks a woman on the phone, her voice cautious. "That you treat everyone the same now?" Nia's reply, firm yet kind, carries conviction. "Ma'am, come see for yourself. Our doors are open to all." The woman's pause, a breath of hope, signals a shift, a ripple from Jalen's courage, touching distant shores. Jalen meets with Evelyn Wong, whose legal team drafts policies to cement the change. "We're setting a precedent," Evelyn says, her tablet glowing with data. Customer inquiries are up 20%. Jalen nods, his gaze on the showroom, where a black couple test drives a Portofino, their laughter a melody of trust. Yet, he remains cautious, his heart a compass, wary of complacency. The video spread, a double-edged sword, has drawn praise but also threats. A reminder that prejudice, though wounded, still prowls. Lena Harper's warning bias bows to no wealth echoes, urging vigilance. The dealership, a phoenix rising from ashes, reflects Jalen's vision, but the path is not smooth. Resistance, both within and without, tests the fragile dawn. Nia's leadership, Jalen's reforms, and Ava's pride weave a tapestry of progress, yet the world's eyes watch, some with hope, others with scorn. The Ferrari, a symbol of dreams, stands ready for Ava, but its true legacy is the fight, its Sparkada fight for a world where dignity is no luxury, but a birthright. The seeds of change, sown in pain, now sprout, but their growth demands nurturing. Jalen Brooks, his heart alight with purpose, prepares to face the challenges ahead, as the dealership's new dawn heralds a broader battle for justice. The dawn at Prestige Ferrari, kindled by Jalen Brooks's vision, has reshaped a once toxic showroom into a haven of dignity. Nia Jackson's leadership, Ava's pride, and Jalen's reforms have woven a tapestry of progress, yet the world's gaze is stirred by a viral video tests this fragile light. 5 months later, the dealership stands as a beacon, its influence rippling outward, a tide of change that promises to reshape an industry, but not without challenges that demand unwavering resolve. The showroom, aglow with polished Ferraris, hums with a new spirit. Nia, her confidence a steady flame, mentors her team, sharing her journey from silenced receptionist to general manager. "We serve every soul who enters," she tells a new hire, her voice resonant with conviction. A Latino couple, browsing a 488 Spider, pauses to praise the new energy. "We felt welcomed," the woman says, her smile a quiet victory. Customer satisfaction, now at 85%, soars, and staff morale, once stifled, blooms like a desert after rain. Jalen's $600,000 diversity program, a cornerstone of reform, has taken root across Brooks Automotive's 40 dealerships, a model of fairness. Jalen, invited to speak at an automotive summit, steps to the podium, his presence a quiet storm. One man's pain can spark a movement. He says, his words a river-carving stone. "We judged by appearance, not heart, and it cost us our soul." Dealers from across the nation lean forward, some inspired, others skeptical, as Jalen outlines his training program. A rival executive, moved, approaches afterward. "We're adopting your model," he confides, his handshake a pledge. The ripple spreads, a lake stirred by a single stone, hinting at an industry poised for transformation. Yet challenges persist, a wind against the tide. Online trolls, emboldened by the video's 3 million views, hurl vitriol, branding Jalen a showboat. Within Brooks Automotive, some executives balk at the $900,000 expansion Jalen secures for the program, muttering about costs. "It's a risk," one warns, his voice tight. Jalen's reply, steady as dawn, silences doubt. Injustice is the greater cost. He meets with Nia, who shares tales of staff resistance. Some cling to old biases, their change a slow thaw. "It's hard," Nia admits, her eyes weary, "but we're moving forward." Jalen's nod, a silent vow, strengthens her resolve. Ava, inspired by her father's stand, launches a scholarship for underrepresented youth, her voice bright at a community event. "My dad taught me fairness isn't given, it's fought for," she says, her words a spark, igniting young hearts. A black teen in the crowd, eyes wide, whispers to his mother, "I want to be like them." The moment, a thread in Jalen's legacy, ties his personal triumph to a broader hope, a bridge from pain to possibility. The video, a double-edged sword, fuels this change. Its hashtags, justice at prestigious voices for equity, yet also drawing hate, a reminder of bias's stubborn grip. Jalen visits the dealership, his Camry a quiet contrast to the Ferraris within. He watches a diverse family, an Asian couple, with their daughter test drive Aroma, their laughter a melody of trust. "This is why," he murmurs, his heart a hearth of pride. Nia joins him, her tablet glowing with metrics. Complaints down 30%, inquiries surging. "We're making a difference," she says, her smile at dawn. Jalen's gaze lingers on the 488 Pista. Ava's gift, now a symbol of something greater, a fight for a world where no one is judged by skin or status. The ripples of Jalen's courage touch distant shores, yet the sea remains turbulent. Other dealerships, intrigued by Prestige's success, seek Nia's guidance, her story a beacon for reform. But the trolls, the skeptics, the resistant few remind Jalen of Lina's warning. Bias bows to no wealth. The summit's promise, the scholarship's spark, the dealership's dawn, they are victories. But the war for justice endures, a marathon, through rugged terrain. The change, a fragile flame, burns brighter, its light reaching beyond the showroom's walls. Jalen Brooks, his vision a lighthouse in the storm, stands ready to guide the industry forward, as the ripples of his stand promise a fairer horizon, if only courage holds fast. Inspired by Jalen? Get enough sleep tonight, stay sharp, and tell us how you're fighting bias. The ripples of Jalen Brooks' courage have stirred an industry, transforming Prestige Ferrari into a beacon of dignity. Nia Jackson's leadership, Ava's scholarship, and the echo of a viral video have woven a tapestry of hope. Yet the shadow of prejudice lingers, a challenge met with steadfast resolve. As the dealership shines, Jalen's vision takes root, his triumph a legacy that reaches beyond the showroom, a seed sprouting through stone to inspire a fairer world. The sun casts a golden glow over a community center, where Jalen and Ava stand before a crowd of teens, their eyes bright with dreams. "My father's story," Ava says, her voice a clear bell, "shows us courage can change everything." A young black girl, clutching a notebook, nods, whispering, "I want to lead like him." Jalen's heart, a hearth of pride, warms at the sight, his humiliation now a spark igniting young souls. He shares his journey, the showroom's scorn. The revelation of his power is words, a river smoothing jagged stone. "Never let anyone dim your light," he tells them, his voice steady, resonant, a call to rise. Nia, now a mentor to staff across Brooks Automotive's 40 dealerships, joins Jalen later, her tablet brimming with progress. 85% customer satisfaction, a 30% drop in complaints. "We're changing hearts," she says, her smile a dawn. Jalen nods, his gaze distant, recalling Lina's warning. Bias bows to no wealth. He mentors Nia, guiding her through resistance. Some staff still cling to old ways, their thaw slow as winter's end. "Keep pushing," he urges, his hand on her shoulder. A bridge of trust. A customer, once among the jeering crowd, returns to the dealership, his face etched with shame. "Mr. Brooks," he says, voice low, "I was wrong that day. I'm learning to speak up against prejudice." Jalen's reply, gentle yet firm, is a beacon. "It's what you do now that matters." The man nods, a vow sealed, a ripple of change touching one heart, then another. The showroom, alive with diverse voices, reflects this shift. An Asian family admires Aroma, welcomed by salesman Jamal Carter, their laughter a melody of belonging. Jalen's legacy grows, a tree rooted in pain but reaching for the sky. He speaks nationally, his story a clarion call for equity, inspiring dealers to adopt his $900,000 training program. Ava's scholarship funds 10 students, their futures a canvas of possibility. Yet the viral video's 3 million views draw both praise and venom, a reminder of bias's stubborn grip. Jalen drives his Camry, its hum a quiet ally, reflecting on the journey. A seed in stone, he murmurs, likening his path to a stubborn sprout, breaking through unyielding earth with patient strength. The dealership, a phoenix reborn, stands as a testament to Jalen's triumph. Nia greets a black couple, their trust a fragile bloom, nurtured by her warmth. "This is home," she tells them, her voice a vow. Jalen watches, his heart a tapestry of hope and caution. The fight, a marathon through rugged terrain, continues, but moments like these teens inspired, customers transformed, a dealership reborn affirm its worth. His humiliation, once a wound, now fuels a legacy of fairness, a light that no prejudice can dim. Jalen Brooks, his vision a lighthouse in the storm, drives on, his Camry a symbol of humility, his heart a forge of change. The legacy, a flame passed to Nia, Ava, and countless others, burns bright, a promise that courage can reshape not just a showroom but a world, if only we dare to stand. Inspired by Jalen? Get enough sleep tonight, stay sharp, and tell us how you're fighting bias. As Jalen Brooks' Camry hums through the twilight, his legacy shines, a beacon forged from the ashes of humiliation. The showroom, reborn through Nia's leadership and Ava's inspiration, stands as a testament to his courage, its ripples touching hearts and industries. Yet, the journey, a seed sprouting through stone, now calls us to reflect, to carry its light forward, a flame of fairness in a world still shadowed by bias. Jalen's story, a tapestry woven from pain and triumph, holds enduring truths. His stand, a thunderbolt against prejudice, teaches that courage can shatter injustice, like a dawn-breaking night's grip. His elevation of Nia, a quiet voice lifted to lead, shows leadership's power to nurture hope, a hand building bridges where walls once stood. The slow bloom of change, from showroom to summit, reminds us that transformation is a marathon, not a sprint, demanding patience as resolute as a river's flow. Above all, Jalen's fight affirms dignity's universal claim, a birthright no bias can deny, a star guiding every soul. This tale, from scorn to sovereignty, is more than one man's victory. It's a mirror, reflecting our own battles with judgment. When have you faced bias? How did you rise? Jalen's legacy challenges us to act to confront prejudice, to champion fairness, to weave a world where every heart is seen. His Ferrari, a gift for Ava, became a symbol of justice, its scarlet gleam a call to courage. Share your stories of standing tall. Join our Dignity for All movement at brookschange.org, where tools to fight bias await. Like, subscribe, share this saga to spark hope, to light a path for others. Together, let's build a future where no one is cast out, where every dream, like Jalen's, soars free.